I've been keeping an eye on the 2026 Mazda CX-5, and everything I've seen so far looks promising as hell. From the early specs and design leaks, it's shaping up to be one of those SUVs that could seriously shake up the whole segment if Mazda nails the final version. Hey guys, this is Luke from CarLandTV, and it's time to slide into the driver's seat, cause today, I'm gonna lay down the reasons that gave me the hunch as to why the 2026 Mazda CX-5 might be the one SUV that blows everything else out of the water, especially in the compact SUV market. But first, do me a quick favor. Tap that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. It ain't required, but those clicks keep this thing rolling and make it easier for me to keep dropping solid car content straight to your screen. Now, let's get back into it. It's built different. Every time Mazda drops a new design, it feels like they're trying to show the whole segment what clean really means. The 2026 CX-5 looks sharper and leaner than before, pulling heavy influence from the CX-60 and CX-70 that dropped overseas. Mazda's Kodo design language is aging like wine, and if the production version matches the leaked renders, this thing's gonna turn heads. The front end looks more sculpted, the LED setup slimmer, and the whole body just screams premium without trying too hard. Mazda's been slowly pushing its SUVs into luxury territory, and the CX-5 might be the one that fully makes that jump. Inside, Mazda interiors have been cooking lately. You sit in a CX-50 or CX-90, and it feels way more expensive than what you paid for, and word is the 2026 CX-5's cabin is getting that same upscale treatment. Expect cleaner lines, better materials, and that simplified layout Mazda's been flexing lately. They're rumored to drop in the new large infotainment system with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay Standard, which fixes one of the only annoyances from the older models. Mazda's been slowly perfecting this formula for years, and the CX-5's design has always been its strongest card. If the 2026 model keeps that same balance of sporty and classy, with a few modern touches, it's gonna smoke a lot of competitors that still look like they were designed by a committee. This thing has a presence written all over it. The drive hits different. Mazda's always been that brand that actually cares about how a car feels when you're behind the wheel, and the next CX-5 looks like it's keeping that same energy. Rumor is, it's ditching the old front-wheel drive setup and hopping on Mazda's new rear-biased platform that's already in the CX-60 and CX-90. If that's true, we're talking about a serious upgrade in how this SUV handles. The base model might still rock the 2.5-liter four-cylinder, but the smart money's on a new mild hybrid version of that engine for better fuel economy and smoother power delivery. Mazda could even throw in the 3.3-liter inline-six from the CX-70 for higher trims, which would make this thing a sleeper in its class. What makes Mazda different from most brands in this range is how tight their steering and suspension tuning always feel. Even in their crossovers, there's feedback through the wheel that makes it feel connected instead of floaty like most compact SUVs. That's what makes driving them fun without needing crazy horsepower. Add in Mazda's G-vectoring control system that constantly adjusts torque to keep the car planted through corners, and it's clear they're aiming to make this thing drive like a proper Mazda, not just another soft family hauler. If they nail that new platform, this CX-5's gonna handle like a smaller luxury SUV, but without the price tag. Smooth power, balanced ride, and just enough grit to remind you this brand still builds cars for people who actually enjoy driving. Brains behind the beauty. Mazda's been slowly stacking up its tech game, and the 2026 CX-5 looks like it's about to level up hard. Based on what we've seen from the CX-70 and CX-90, Mazda's going all in on cleaner software, sharper graphics, and smoother system response. That old infotainment system that everyone clowned for being too locked down, yeah, that's getting tossed. The new setup is touchscreen compatible again and runs wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so no more annoying cables. The display is expected to stretch past 12 inches on higher trims, and they're also bringing a fully digital gauge cluster that actually looks modern this time. Safety-wise, Mazda's been killing it lately, and I don't see them backing off for 2026. The current CX-5 already holds a top safety pick plus from the IIHS, so it's pretty much guaranteed the next one will do the same or better. Expect the latest iActive suite with smarter adaptive cruise, lane centering, and emergency braking that reacts faster than before. Mazda's also rumored to be improving its driver monitoring system, the one that uses cameras to detect fatigue or distraction. It's subtle, but it's a lifesaver if you've been on the road too long. Mazda doesn't overload you with tech for the sake of showing off. Everything they add actually makes sense, which I appreciate. If the new CX-5 keeps that same approach with cleaner interfaces and smarter safety tools, it's gonna feel like the perfect blend of old-school driving feel and modern-day brains. The comfort game. Every time I sit in a newer Mazda, it feels like they're quietly trying to steal customers from luxury brands without anyone noticing. The 2026 CX-5 is rumored to push that even further, taking cues from the CX-60 and CX-90's interior setup. We're talking about real materials, not plastic pretending to be metal. Expect soft-touch leather, brushed aluminum accents, and maybe even wood trims on the higher trims if Mazda really goes for that luxury angle. Their seats have been some of the most supportive in the class, and they're supposedly tweaking the design again for better back and thigh support on long drives. Space-wise, the CX-5 has always been a little tighter than rivals like the RAV4 or CR-V, but that might finally change with this next model. Early reports hint that Mazda's new platform gives it a longer wheelbase, which should open up more rear legroom and cargo space. If that's true, it fixes one of the few real complaints people had about it. Cabin noise has also been a big focus for Mazda lately, and their recent SUVs have been impressively quiet on the highway thanks to thicker glass and better sound insulation. Mazda's goal here isn't to build the biggest SUV, it's to build the most refined one that still feels personal. If they pull this off, the 2026 CX-5's cabin won't just be comfortable, it'll feel like a legit step up from everything else in its price range. It probably won't break you. Mazda's always been sneaky good when it comes to value, and the 2026 CX-5 is shaping up to keep that streak going. You don't buy a Mazda just because it's cheaper than the competition. You buy it because it feels like a car that should cost more than it does. Right now, the CX-5 undercuts the RAV4 and CR-V on pricing while still feeling more premium inside, and that's not changing anytime soon. If Mazda keeps the base trim around the mid-20 kelvins range and loads it with their usual standard safety gear, it's gonna stay one of the best deals in the compact SUV game. Reliability's another big reason people stick with Mazda. J.D. Power ranked them higher than most non-luxury brands in dependability, and their engines rarely give owners any real drama. Mazda's also been smart about not going full tech overload, so there's less to glitch out in the long run. That's one of the reasons you still see 0-year-old CX-5 seconds running like champs. Add their solid build quality and simple maintenance costs, and you've got an SUV that doesn't punish you after the honeymoon phase. Fuel economy should be another highlight. If they roll out that mild hybrid system from the new lineup, you can expect around 30 miles per gallon combined, which is solid for something that still feels sporty. The 2026 CX-5 looks like it'll hit that sweet spot of being affordable to buy, cheap to run, and classy enough that you won't feel like you settled. The real reason why the CX-5 will win. What makes the 2026 Mazda CX-5 stand out isn't just one thing. It's how everything comes together, like Mazda actually gave a damn about the details. They're not chasing numbers or flashy gimmicks. They're focused on the stuff that makes driving feel good again. That's what separates it from most of the competition. Mazda's always aimed for that driver's car vibe, even in their SUVs, and this new CX-5 looks like the one that's gonna perfect it. Between the upgraded platform, better materials, and that signature handling, this thing feels built for people who actually enjoy being behind the wheel. It's also hitting that sweet middle ground a lot of brands miss. It's practical enough for families, stylish enough for younger buyers, and refined enough that it could steal sales from entry-level luxury brands. If the pricing stays close to the current model, and Mazda locks in the rumored hybrid and inline-six options, it's going to be one of the most well-rounded SUVs in the game. You get performance, comfort, reliability, and tech that doesn't overcomplicate things. This is exactly why I think the 2026 CX-5 deserves to be in the Car of the Year talks. It's not just another crossover. It's Mazda proving they can hang with the big dogs while still staying true to their roots. If they deliver what's been teased, this SUV is going to remind everyone why Mazda's one of the few brands still building cars with soul.